Okay. So I accidentally caught up all the way to Tokyo Revengers.
Well, you can't spoil it.
I'm all the way caught up. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm all the way caught up with Tokyo Revengers.
Wow, how did that happen?
Yeah, that is kind of a doozy right there. You just kind of just dropped it on us like nothing.
I didn't expect that. Wow, Rafa.
Yeah, so as you guys know, and as the listeners could hear, I've been kind of sick. I've been kind of under the weather recently, right? And last week Friday, I took the day off from work because I felt really bad. Like I couldn't function. Like my like right now, like I've been going to work this past week because it's just really been me just having like a small cough or whatever. But on Friday last week, I was talking like this, like I couldn't speak, you know, and I had like this giant headache, and I felt like, you know, when you're sick, and then you just your head space just feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you feel like nauseous and dizzy all the time. Like you just don't feel right. You get what I'm saying?
I get you. I felt it.
Yeah, like stuffy, like I don't know, just like that feeling. I felt like it was that feeling was at its worst last Friday, and so I called my boss at 6 in the morning, and I was like, "Hey man, like barely communicating with him because I was talking like this." I was like, "Hey man, look, I'm not going to work. I'm sick. I need to take the day off. I need to like recover, whatever, right?" So he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And through the weekend, I started getting better or whatever, right? So, but anyways, um, Friday, that Friday, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm sleeping here and there, I'm eating, whatever. But like, I want to watch something, and I was already pretty much caught up with everything that I'm watching right now. Um, so then I'm like, okay, let me try to catch up to Attack on Titan. So I started watching the episode of Attack on Titan that I left off at, and I was like, I don't remember none of this. So then I stopped watching the episode, and then I was just scrolling through Crunchyroll, just looking at the episodes and stuff like that. And then I saw Tokyo Revengers, and like I saw the poster of it again, like the the art, the top art with the characters. And I was like, let me just give this one more chance. Let me just watch the next episode and see what happens. Because I remember you guys were kind of getting pretty hyped about it, towards the last few episodes, right? So I started watched one, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I ended up marathoning almost the whole season in one night.
Wow.
And I was missing like 2 or 3 episodes, which I finished the next day. And like none of my questions get answered, but the story itself is good. I like the conflict.
Yes.
Like between I don't remember another name. Like between the main guy and like the gang or whatever, and him just trying to like get things to work out. Like it's cool. I like it. Like the whole thing with I'm not gonna with specifics, but the whole thing with Draken, right? Like that main point with Draken, right? That was a lot of fun to watch. And then towards when he because he goes back and forth in time, right? I'm not gonna give out too much information, but when he comes back, the last time he comes back into the future, and then something else gets revealed to them, that shocked me. I was like, okay, this like again, myself a lot of problems with the time travel aspect of it, but that was a cool twist that I didn't see coming.
Very nice.
So and then I kept watching, and then and I can't remember, and you guys were talking about like, well, who's this guy who just showed up, and I was like, who are they talking about? And then I got who that was. I'm like, oh, okay, like now I get what you guys were talking about that one time with that one dude. I forgot his name, but he has the tiger tattoo on his neck.
Oh, That is definitely not who we're talking about.
No, then who is we talking about?
I don't know, but
We're
now I
talking
want
about
to know.
Kisaki, right?
Yeah, one of
Yes.
the founding members.
Yeah,
The-
Yes.
that wasn't Kisaki.
yes, it
Right.
was.
The dragon, the lion tiger tattoo. That's not him. No,
Yes, it was. That's one of the founding members.
Kisaki isn't
Wait.
one of the founding members. He was new. He was the
No. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. Kisaki is the guy that he's the one that everybody's scared of.
Yeah.
He's the one that the younger brother said, "Hey, keep him away from Mikey." I'm talking about the other guy. I forgot his name.
He has something on his neck.
I might be.
Renee is I think 2 episodes behind. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were caught up.
Well, it's okay. You
Yeah.
actually didn't really give away too much, so you're fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm really upset now because, of course, Rafa catches up and like I'm super excited about it, and I'm behind, and now I can't talk about it because I haven't caught up.
It's the situation that this guy gets himself into now. It's pretty cool. It's like, damn, how are you gonna get out of this one, Chief? You
Oh, that
know?
is so awesome, Rafa. I'm really happy you gave it a shot and you liked
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah,
great.
I do like it. It's just that like I feel like if the story wasn't so good, you know, because like I said, it doesn't answer any of my questions.
I
And
fully
and
agree with that.
and it's almost like they just said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the time travel details. Ignore that shit. Look at all this crazy shit happening with these kids, and it worked. They distracted me with some good storytelling. So,
I will say probably my biggest complaint with the show is I don't like the main character.
you don't?
Yeah, no, I fully hate the main character.
Like everything about him, or like his persona?
Yeah, everything about him. I hate his personality. I hate that he's such a
I like
pussy.
him. I think he's cool.
And I googled it up ahead a little bit, and I found out that he does not change. He is the same way. Like he doesn't have like a Luffy time skip, post time skip where he just becomes an absolute badass. Like he is the way he is.
He is the crybaby hero. That's what they call him.
Yeah, and I hate
He's
that.
trying his best.
Much.
Yeah, he's trying his best, dude. You're such
I
a
don't
hater.
care. I don't care about his best. It's not good enough.
I don't know. I think he's cool. I mean, the thing is that he's not who he used to be when he was a kid. He changed.
He's changed.
He's the old version of himself, and so he's not as rowdy. He's not as crazy as all these other kids.
I get, but like he needs to be rowdy. He needs to be the I'm trying to box it out with everybody. That's what he needs to be.
But he's not that. Like he's still the old man.
I guess, but I don't know. I'm not very happy. Truth be told.
Yeah, I don't know. I like him. I have no problem with him whatsoever. And is there anybody who I don't like in the show?
Yeah, is there anybody you don't like in the show?
I'm trying to think.
Very surprising.
Out of all of my favorites, Mikey. I like Mikey. Mikey's cool as fuck. Dragon's cool. I like the main guy. My favorite character out of all of them is the main guy's girlfriend, because she's just with everything.
What's her name again? I don't even remember.
Kina.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm gonna go do some gangbang shit. I'll be right back. She's like, yeah, have a good day.
He said gangbang shit.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right. She is so like, yeah, go ahead, go and fight and stab each other. Have a great time. Like she's just so right. She's so like
her man.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, wow. Like she's just so okay with all this shit. Like he shows up with his like bloodied and battered, and she's like, "Oh, there you go again." It's like,
Oh
damn,
man.
you just don't care, or you just love him so much that you're willing to overlook that he's out here on the
Mm-hmm.
streets.
Dude, he really is out there in the streets, huh?
He is.
Like, I was literally just thinking about that. Like, he really is just kind of just out there, just gang, and then just getting his ass beat. Oh, I hate that part about it, though. I hate that he can't put up a fight. And I hate the way he won that one fight. You know what I'm talking about? In the alley?
With everyone watching?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was
I
not a fan
know.
of how he won that one.
I don't know if Renee's at that point yet.
She is.
Oh. Wait, which... I was talking about the one like in the very beginning when he goes back.
No, that's not the one he's talking about.
Oh, there's another one.
Wait.
Yeah.
But
there's a couple of fights. When he was trying to get Drac into the hospital?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one.
Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, I fuck with that one heavy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I don't. I didn't like the way he won, but I'm glad he won. But
what did he do? Did he bite him? No. What did he do?
He choked him out.
He choked him. Yeah, I was like, he did something weird.
Just hit him in a figure 4 leg lock, and that's it. It was over.
He tries his best.
Yeah,
it's not good enough. I demand better. Especially from the main protagonist. Come on now, Joe.
The one thing that is interesting is that like what's her name? His girlfriend pointed out that like when he's not there, like in the past, like he reverts back to his old self.
That's crazy.
So like she was saying like she was like
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she was saying like, hey, yeah, like I don't know what's been up with you because like the past few days you've been ignoring me, you've been acting cold to me or whatever, and now you're acting all nice to me now.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck's up with that? I thought that was interesting. Like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Would you rather he just stayed in the past, or
I would.
Wow, is
I would
admitting to liking an isekai?
I like isekais. What are you talking about?
Do you actually? I thought you always shit on him.
I shit on on how generic they can be, but I mean, some of my favorite shows are isekais.
I was gonna say you recommended.
Yeah, I love Konosuba.
Yeah, but like Konosuba is more comedy than isekai.
What?
Well, you're telling me it's not the best comedy?
No. I'm surprised he's saying that because without the basis of it being an isekai, the show doesn't work. The whole point of the show is to goof on isekais.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I get that, I do, but like to me, it's more of a comedy than an isekai because it revolves so much around isekai. I mean, comedy.
It's as much as an isekai as comedy though. Like
it just doesn't feel like it to me. I guess was what I'm saying.
Like, well, I don't know what to tell you, Hector. It's an isekai. It's as much as an isekai as ReZero.
Oh man, I recognize it as an isekai. To me, it's just more comedy than isekai.
Which doesn't make sense, by the way, but okay.
Hey, it's okay, man. That's your opinion.
Hey, you know. But yeah, Tokyo Revenge is pretty cool.
Awesome. I was totally not expecting that, Rafa.
Yeah, that was not what I was, You're like, hey, I have something cool to talk about. I'd be like, oh, yeah? That was not the cool thing I was expecting.
Yeah, I feel like, and Attack on Titan, I feel like I have to rewatch season 3 because
you gotta go that far back. Holy shit!
That's where I left off, and the last episode that I was watching, I started watching it again, and I was like, I don't remember none of this. Like, what the fuck happened? Because that's the whole reason I ended up watching Tokyo Revengers. Because I was like, okay, let me actually take time and watch Attack on Titan and get caught up. And I was lost on the first episode of Attack on Titan where I left off. So I just ended up watching the Tokyo Revengers.
You have to watch Attack on Titan at some point.
Okay. Okay.
I would love to talk about it.
Okay, so then help me. Okay, help me. I'm gonna explain where I left off or where I am, and then just try to fill in the gaps for me.
I'll try.
So then I could continue where I left off because if is I know myself, and telling myself I have to go back and watch season 3 again from the beginning. I'm not gonna do it.
Why
Okay.
not? Season 3 is it's a good
I
season.
want to say
It
season 3 is pretty good.
I mean, I enjoyed what I saw, but like, man, I don't know. I just don't really feel like backtracking that much, you know.
Great.
So okay, like this is spoilers for season 3 of Attack on Titan. Okay, so I remember that there was the cowboy guy who was attacking what's his name,
Kenny.
um Levi, right?
Yeah, Levi. But the cowboy guy is Kenny, right?
Kenny, yes,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
right? So then eventually they're hunting them down, right? Like, they're hunting the scouts down, right? Is that what's going on right now?
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Like they did they okay? My question is because like the last episode that I saw was the old bald dude and the blonde guy, and they were like in a room talking to each other, and they're like talking about like the past or some shit like that. They're like telling stories. That's the last thing I remember. And then I started the next episode, and it's like two. I forgot which group it is. I think they're the ones with the flowers on their back. Yeah, the whichever group is with the flowers on their back. 'Cause it's the scouts. It's the
The Scouts. Isn't there like Trust? No,
Yeah.
that's from that might be wrong. That might be incorrect. I don't know
no.
if that's the district or the name of the
I think
group.
that's the district. So there's the
Yeah.
scouts. There's the military police. I think the one with the horses on their back.
Mm-hmm.
I might be them confused with the other group, and there's another group with like roses on their back. I don't know which one it is. They're those names, but those two of them with roses on their back. And they were like out in the woods and like just going around looking for something, and then they run into what's his name? I don't like him. He's with the blonde hair. He cries a lot.
Oh, Armin.
Armin.
Oh yeah, and he's like in the water like fishing or some shit. So they're like, hey bro, freeze, you coming with us? And then that's when Levi and I think Mikasa shows up, and then they like take them hostage. Like they're like, hey, hand over your weapons.
Damn.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely remember what you're talking about. Also to kind of just clarify, it is obviously the Scout Regiment, who is like the main people we follow. The military police is the one with the roses.
Okay.
Wait.
No, Garrison. The
Garrison is-
Garrison's the one with the roses.
Yeah, Garrison's the one with the roses. Military
Yeah.
police is the one with the horse. And
Yes.
then Cadet Corps is just the Cadet Corps.
Oh yeah, so then it's the guy with the roses. So yeah, they get Levi and Mikasa take their weapon. And at that point on the episode, I paused it. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. Why are they in the woods and why are they running away? So that's where I'm at. Any help here?
That's hard because you gave us like parts. What do you need help with? Why they're in the woods?
Yeah, why are they in the woods? Why are they being chased down right now? Do you guys remember?
This is season 3.
Aren't they going? Aren't they trying to get after Aaron? Isn't that the issue? Like, don't they want Aaron?
Right, because the bald guy that Rafa was remembering is he's
Guy
part
with the
of
mustache.
the guy with the mustache. Is he bald? Does he have like the big blue eyes?
He's like he's an old man.
Oh no, he's part of the not the military police.
Let's see.
I'm trying to remember exactly where Rafa's at. This is season 3. Which episode? Which episode was it?
It's called Trust. Wait, I don't remember none of this. Hold up. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna have to watch season 3 again. I'm looking through the episodes right now, and I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, I think your best bet at this point is just to
Just rewatch it, yeah.
just rewatch it. And at that point just start from season 1. I mean,
No, I remember the first 2 seasons though.
Okay. I would rewatch 3.
Because I don't remember it. I don't remember any of this here.
Yeah, I
Because I
think that
remember them. I remember them being chased. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I need to rewatch this.
Yeah, I would say your best bet is definitely just a rewatch. Granted, it's kind of shitty, you know, because nobody really wants to hear that.
Yeah, because I. Fuck, man. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to rewatch this shit.
Yeah, and I don't want to like say something and you're not even there.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm pretty sure I somehow ended up really fucking ahead somehow to that episode where I'm not even supposed to be on. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna watch from the beginning of season 3. I'll figure it out.
I'll get there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, eventually.
But all right, cool. With that being said, guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Bento Boxcast. This is officially episode 15 of season 2 of the Bento Boxcast. So you already know it is the most animated podcast of all the internet. We're here coming at you on whatever audio platform you may choose. We've got you covered on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or any other platform associated with Anchor.com. But of course, you already know you're going to find us here on our mainstay, our home base, our main girl, our club room, YouTube.com, our waifu, or husbando, some might say. Just look us up at the Bento Boxcast and you'll see our iconic logo. But you already know that in every episode, you, the viewer, has a chance to add some talking points, suggest some topics, or even give us some stuff to discuss. And the only way that can happen is if you tweeted us at the Bento Boxcast or comment down below in the description. Not in the description, just comment down below. You can also tweet at us at our personal Twitters or join our Discord, which everything that we discussed, links and all, will be in the description down below, so definitely check it out. And of course, if you want to get in the community and chat up with us, everything anime, you already know how to do it. Just get involved and let's have some good conversation. With that being said, I am very surprised that you even watched Tokyo Revengers like that. I think that's it's one of those things where it's like, whenever you get sick, at least where you're kind of bedridden, right? Like at least you get to like catch up on stuff and like just fully watch like anything really. I would not have guessed that you would watch Tokyo Revengers. I did not think that was going to be your pick.
I was surprised myself.
But all right, we can mosey on into the next part of our beautiful podcast, guys. It is time, Rafa, for the news segment. So tune us in. Get us ready.
Okay. Hopefully this is not too loud. We'll find out. Live from the Bento Boxcast newsroom, this is the Bento Box Weekly News Update. Good evening, everyone, and happy Thursday. My name is Rafa, and welcome to the 8:58 p.m. edition of the Bento Box Weekly News Update. Our top news stories first of the hour. Does anime make you more of a nerd? The answer will surprise you. And is buying figurines a sad attempt of saying help? The answer will also surprise you. But first, out in our field, correspondents Hector and Renee will bring up the latest and greatest news updates. Take it away, guys.
Wow. Honestly phenomenal.
Thanks.
Always come to bat.
These topics keep getting better and better, Rafa.
Yeah,
Does anime make you a nerd?
Like I said, I have my guys working on all the latest inquiries. I guess what I would say with anime. So
I would love to know your news sources.
I'm not allowed to say. Unfortunately.
Harvard University.
Harvard, Yale,
Oh, was it? Oh, was it Harvard or Yale last
It
time
was
where you got your
Yale.
anime? Oh,
It was Yale.
that made me
Hogwarts.
upset.
I get it from all the sources.
He said Hogwarts.
But yes, so I'll take it away from here. So for our anime news, this news topic is I came across an article from Anime News Network, and for those who haven't heard, Funimation announced yesterday that it will stream the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Entertainment District arc, the television anime in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and in New Zealand. This year, guys, we are getting season 2 of Demon Slayer this year. There isn't an official like date, but I mean since there's only like 5 more months of this year, it's going to be here sooner rather than later. So I'm super stoked about that. And yeah, the anime will run on 30 stations and channels, including Fuji TV and Tokyo MX, covering most of Japan this year. And Aniplex noted that until now, its various series have aired on a maximum of 21 stations. So a lot of stations, a lot of people are going to be streaming Demon Slayer. And as I said, we've been waiting for this. We're super excited. I actually started watching Demon Slayer because it was recommended by Rafa. Um, I started watching it sometime in April, and I ended up just binge watching the show, and it was just like the perfect timing because then, like the next month or so, I got the movie. So I feel like it was just a really good time to get into that show, and then now, yeah, season 2 is also coming out this year. um, yeah, super stoked. There's a key visual um for as well, like a little teaser video if you guys are interested. And it just shows some of the characters that you're already familiar with. You have Tanjiro, you have Nezuko, Zenitsu, who everyone hates, but I absolutely love, and I'm super excited to see him again. Inosuke, who's also one of my favorites. And you see, Michael Jackson and his crew, and then I forgot his name, but he's one of the Hashira guys. Um, he's pretty prominent on the poster, so I'm really curious to see more about him and what he's about because it seems like he's gonna have a pretty big role in this season. So, what are your thoughts? You guys excited? I know you guys are excited. We talk about Demon Slayer all the time, I feel like.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Um. So because if it's gonna air this year, then that right now we already know right now it's gonna air in the fall season because
Yep. We're
we're
already
already in
almost there.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the anime season thing or whatever it starts. It goes winter, spring, summer, fall. So the year always ends on fall, like the way they have it set up. And we're already in summer, so then the only thing left over is fall. So it's gonna be this next season. It's when it's gonna air, which is awesome. That we know that it's coming is right around the corner. And this is the guy that Renee's talking about. I don't know his name. The guy with the jewels.
Forgot his name. Something.
I know
I don't.
Hector knows.
He's like
I
flamboyant. Does he
actually
keep
don't
saying
remember his name.
like? Yeah.
And I forget what Hashira he is too.
Oh, is he not that? He's not that interesting.
No, he is. He's actually a really good character, but I literally just don't remember. It's been a fat minute since I've like read the Tokyo Ghoul or Tokyo Ghoul, Demon Slayer manga. I genuinely don't remember his name. I need to look it up now.
I got you. I'm gonna look it up.
His name is Jewel Guy.
Hengen Hengen Yuzi? I can't pronounce his last name. Hengen.
Okay, so he is the sound Hashira.
Okay.
Sound breathing. Interesting.
I'm scared to read too much because then it's gonna like spoil something.
Yeah, so just for reference, you know how like in the first season and second season they kind of first season they kind of explain how like there's variations of like the main 5.
Yes.
Yeah, so his sound Hashira is a variation of the thunder.
That's pretty
Of
cool.
the thunder breathing style. So that's pretty cool, yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm actually, be careful looking into it because you definitely will get some spoils. I'm looking at some pictures right now.
Yeah, I stopped. I'm not reading anymore. I can't do. This is how I got Attack on Titan spoiled for me, so I'm not gonna do it for Demon Slayer.
Yeah, good call because at least the link that I'm clicking fully spoils a lot, like a lot.
No.
Which like no, like I've read the whole story, so I know what happens, so it's not a big deal. But I was like, oh wow, that's just right there in the open. Okay. It's like, wow, if people don't know what they're clicking, they're just gonna run into that. But I guess to kind of get back on point, yeah, I'm super super excited for it. Of course, I absolutely love the show. I honestly can't wait to see where it goes. And like how beautiful it's gonna look when it does come out. So we'll see. I know it's gonna be a trip. So yeah, but yeah, should be a good time. Should be a good watch, and I think we get it on Funimation exclusively. So that'll also be. Oh, actually, I don't even know if it's exclusively on Funimation. I know it said that it's gonna stream on Funimation, but I feel like it would be losing a lot of like people and viewership
Right.
on Crunchyroll who also watch on there.
I think it's just Funimation just like confirming like, hey guys, like we for sure are going to be streaming Demon Slayer. And we might hear of more like other platforms like Crunchyroll. They might be getting it as well. They might be streaming it, I'm sure. But yeah, no actual date yet, guys, but 5 more months. At some point in the next 5 months, we're getting something. It's coming.
Right.
Get ready.
Yeah, it doesn't say specifically like, oh, it's only on Funimation. That'd be weird if it would be only on Funimation because the big shows tend to be on both platforms.
Right. Crunchyroll has to be streaming it. They'll probably come out later. We'll probably get something tomorrow or next week saying, "Oh, it's also, going to be on Crunchyroll," or maybe not. That'd be really interesting.
Who knows? Maybe this is the beginning of that. It's
Mm,
super exclusives. Like big shows are exclusives to certain streaming services.
interesting, maybe.
That would be really tough. That'll pretty much force people to buy both. Which
I mean, it already kind of happens. I mean, it's not with like really big shows. Nothing like Demon Slayer or like Attack on Titan or whatever. But like there are a lot of shows that are exclusive to like Funimation or to like Crunchyroll and stuff like that. So speaking of which, super side note, did you guys see the first episode of Sunny Boy?
I have
absolutely
not.
not.
Oh my god!
That
You guys,
wasn't on my list. I didn't. Well, no.
okay.
It was on mine, but I have not watched that.
Watch it.
There's 2 episodes out right now.
Oh.
Watch it. It's
I was
good.
telling Renee before we started potting, but I absolutely love this season.
This is a really good season.
Like I'm
There's a
incredibly
lot
happy
of
with
good
the
stuff.
isekais.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. One isekai that was definitely not on my radar for being my favorite, is my favorite, and I'm like super super excited as to why.
Which one is it?
It's so the show's called Remake Our Life, and it's about a gentleman who kind of got stuck in a video game like company firm, and they decided to close that specific branch that he was working on, and then from there he was like kind of aimlessly walking around. It's like, man, I kind of wasted my life. He's like, I should have never done the things that I did. I should have gone back and like did this one thing in my life differently. And so he goes home back to his parents' home, and he gets all depressed. And then his sister comes in with like a letter that came in from a college that he had just applied on a whim, which is a prestigious like art school. And he's like, man, if I could, I'd go back in time and go to the school. And then he goes to bed, and then he wakes up in his young body right at that decisive moment where he has to choose what school he's going to, and he's like fuck it, man, like I'm not gonna go back and relive the same life that I had. I'm gonna do something different. And he like came back to his, like, I think it was like 18-year-old body or whatever, like the year that kids in Japan go to school, college, university, um, with all the knowledge he's had in the past, and he's worked on like all this different video editing and things like that. So like he has all this knowledge, and he thinks he's going to be like so ahead of his class. But then when he actually is there, he finds out that he's like not necessarily like in a class with geniuses, but like all these people who are so gifted with arts and like different art styles and different like one's a very very great artist who creates some incredible work. Another one is a future like Grammy award winning director, and like it's some crazy shit that he has in his mind and he does. And then there's also another girl who like wants to become this actress, and you see that she like, the funny part is like you find out that in the future she's like this very successful actress, but when you go back in time and meet her, she's like a really bad actress and she can't sing and this and that, and so you kind of see the evolution of them. Not by much because it's only like a few episodes, but episode 1 was like 60 minutes, and then the next 2 episodes or next 3 have been really really great. So I mean, I'm enjoying the shit out of this show, and it's by far my favorite.
Wow. Okay. How's girlfriend?
I'm ready to drop that shit.
I haven't watched it since episode 1.
Yeah, I'm at a I don't know if you can I don't know if I can say that, but like I'm at like episode 2, and if I don't like episode 3, I'm 100% dropping it. Like it's yeah, man, I'm struggling to even watch it, to be completely honest with you.
I really don't feel like watching it. Like I did enjoy it the first episode, but like when I see it on like when I'm scrolling through Crunchyroll, I'm just like, do I really want to sit through this? Am I really gonna enjoy
If you
this?
did not like episode 1, you're not gonna like episode 2.
I mean, I did like episode 1, but I still have problems with the show.
Yeah, if you had problems with episode 1, you're not gonna like episode 2. Like 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you decide not to watch this one, I don't blame you, because I'm at that point where I don't want to watch it anymore.
Okay.
But that being said, moving on, right? We are moving on to the next topics that we have, which okay, here we go. This is gonna be a problem here. Oh no, never mind, we're good. We are super solid. Let's hope this one also doesn't. Lovely. They didn't play the music. In related anime news, Studio Ghibli completes a crowdfunding for a museum of pieces that have to surround the Studio Ghibli and all their movies and incredible stuff. Now, everybody knows that Studio Ghibli is, of course, a well-known name in anime. And man, do their anime projects number vastly. And over the past year, Studio Ghibli's museum almost being a casualty of the necessity of social distance and limit the number of patrons visiting the collection of Studio Ghibli art and pillars of the legendary studio. But now with the crowdfunding campaign, it seems as if the Studio Ghibli museum has managed to turn things around and avert disaster when it comes to keeping its doors open and giving fans a more in-depth work into the history of the studio. It was seeking around $90,000 in US dollars when it came to making it sure the museum's doors would stay open. And crazy enough, it says in only 24 hours, and they blew past that 90,000 US dollar mark, and will again open, or rather, which will open until January 31st of next year. So they're going to continue open throughout this crazy pandemic and, of course, through these trying times. This museum first opened back in 2001 in October. So it has been running for quite some time, but of course with the pandemonium that has been happening, it was struggling a little bit. But thanks to the crowdfunding and the people's love for Studio Ghibli, they are finally, or they can continue to leave the doors open until a later extended date. And then once they get to January 31st, we'll see how things go. But everything's been on the up and up, and hopefully that means that they can continue staying open even after January 31st. But that's the power of people's love for anime, you know? They keep the museum alive for such a incredible piece of work.
Definitely, something specifically for Studio Ghibli, for sure. I mean, that's like legendary movies right there. Like Studio Ghibli is considered the Disney of anime, so that's the one thing you want to make sure to have. We won't forget and have around at all times.
Where is this museum?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea, but
I was like, this sounds pretty awesome.
I know that
No.
at one point the art museum had some Studio Ghibli stuff, like here in
Here?
Chicago. Yeah,
Ah.
at least I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was the art museum, but I want to see.
So-
okay, I want to see where it is. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because like it's a museum, but like they also have like an amusement park. I just looked at that in the article. I'm like, that's cool.
no, this is gonna sound very blasphemous, but I only really like two of the Studio Ghibli museums.
Which ones?
Spirited Away and the one. Let me make sure Spirited Away isn't the one I'm thinking.
It probably is. I feel like that's one of like everyone's
Yeah,
top.
it's like the one that
Spirited
everyone
Away,
knows.
and I think the one
Which
with
is
the girl
good.
with the broom. I forgot that one.
Kiki's delivery service.
Yes, I love Kiki.
I'm a
Delivery
huge.
Have you never seen Howl's Moving Castle?
I've seen it. That's beautiful as well.
That was
Um,
great.
I don't think I
Ponyo is
I'm
good.
so cute.
I've seen Ponyo. I like Ponyo, but it's not my favorite. Kiki's Delivery Service was the first one I ever watched, so I just gave it my favorite.
Oh, it's
How's-
so I love it.
Howl's Moving Castle was my first one to watch. That's my favorite one too. I love Howl's Moving Castle.
So, the Ghibli Museum is Ghibli Museum Mitaka is what it's called. It is also near Trihawk's Reading Room, the Straw Hat Cafe, Museum Cafe, and a Mama Awito Museum Shop. I'm looking at like the website. Very interesting. It's Ghibli dash museum.jp/en// very cool. I think it's in Mitaka, Japan,
Yeah.
which like
Seems right for it to be in
super sick.
Japan.
Yeah, I know, right? Visit hours and directions. Yeah, let's find out. Hours. It's from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Dang, they're closed.
Yeah, they're
I'm so
closed.
jealous. Japan has all the cool stuff, man.
I know, right? Bring some of that stuff here, man.
For real. But like not really, because I want to go over there.
I mean, I do. I also want to go over there. Bento Boxcast episode in Japan. Count me in.
That flight though.
Okay, sleep through most of it.
I'll
Play
be asleep.
Pokemon Unite on your Switch.
I don't know. I'm a panic. I'll be like that one lady who tried to open up the door in mid-flight. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of that actually.
Why would you want to do that, Rafa?
I'm gonna panic.
It is
So
a
like you want to make the situation worse? Like
I'm panicking. I can't think straight. God, give me some slack.
it is a close to 13-hour flight.
that's not bad.
Oh my
If you
god.
think about it, it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
it's not that bad.
Oh my god.
And of course, you already know that with the power of anime, we are going to be in first class, right? Just living
Oh
it
wow.
up.
Ballin'.
Oh, no,
All right, that's different. If it's first class, it's different.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm going on a plane for 13 hours. I'm going to save up money so I can go in first class.
Yeah.
No shot I'm going to sit in business class or even the bleachers in the back for 13 hours.
By the bathrooms.
Exactly.
I need to have my mimosa while I'm flying. in the
Mimosa.
air.
Oh man, and then we'd have to also save up 1,000 yen for the admission to the
Attack on Titan theme park?
Studio Ghibli theme park.
Oh, that
Ghibli
too.
Museum. Yeah, also the Attack on Titan. Let's just go to all of them. I know One Piece has one
Oh,
too. Fuck it, we're just
that's
gonna go every
cool.
single one. But actually,
We could.
Yeah, I was about to say we could, but
They have a
speaking-
train system that runs through all Japan, so technically you could.
Isn't it the bullet train, right? Like that super
Yeah, it's the
fast
bullet
train.
train.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, shit, we'll get there real quick. We can go from one to another. But I'm actually really glad that we brought up Japan because Pokemon's Vaporeon is now Japan's official water ambassador.
What?
Yeah, Vaporeon, a water-type Pokemon, has been appointed by Japan's Minister of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism as an ambassador for Water Day, a day to raise awareness of water resources. Now, to some of you, like, who cares? But to others, it's like, wow, that is cool that a random Pokemon is now an ambassador. Now they've done it before with other anime characters, where I believe Goku and other anime characters are the ambassadors, quote unquote, for the Japan Olympics. So Japan is very notorious for doing things like this, where they get some beloved anime characters. Vaporeon's kind of a interesting one, but nonetheless, they have these Pokemon or other anime characters who are then chosen to represent a certain thing in Japan, which I think is very, very cool. Now, this is said that it is not the first water type Pokemon to get their own mascot, but if I may say so, it is the cutest. It is the cutest, according to the ambassador, according to the minister, Japan's Minister of Land Infrastructure and Transport. Lapras was given the full mascot treatment in a bid to promote public transit in Japan's Miyagi Prefecture. The local mascot has become a legend, and it isn't alone. Aside from the franchise's main mascots, like Pikachu and Eevee, a slew of Japanese prefectures and industries have been given Pokemon ambassadors. Vaporeon now joins an illustrious group, including Geodude, Slowpoke, and more. So there you go. Pokemon.
It should have been Squirtle from the Squirtle Squad.
Squirtle Squad with the little
with the glasses.
Glasses,
awesome.
like the little, what is it, like the kimono jacket or whatever?
Yeah. Squirtle would have been a way better ambassador.
I don't know. This picture that I'm looking at with Vaporeon is actually really cute.
Imagine a version of Squirtle of how that Vaporeon is. Would have been way cuter. Squirtle's the best.
I mean, true. Squirtle would have been cute, but this Vaporeon's pretty cute itself, so I'm not too mad.
Who the fuck picks Vaporeon anyways?
Yeah, that's true. I'm definitely picking Jolteon over Vaporeon. So you're absolutely not wrong on this one.
Exactly. Squirt all the way.
Maybe they used your picks for other things. Maybe it's
true.
whatever it was, the last one.
Right.
Oh, that's actually kind of sad.
No, I like that. They're digging they're at the end of the barrel here. They're trying to get trying to scrape up whatever's left over. I like that.
But yeah, that's pretty much concluding our takes on the news segment. So Rafa, tune us out.
And that was the news. Thank you so much for anime correspondents, Renee and Hector. Hopefully you guys have a great and beautiful night. Stay safe out there. And remember, watch some anime. It's good for you. That's
it. I just want to see if you keep up the same energy for Anime Swap. That's what I'm looking most forward to.
I got something very, very special for Anime Swap, by the way.
Well, dang.
I didn't tell you guys, but I have something you're not going to expect what's going to come for Anime Swap.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. If you want to see what that is, stay tuned, because right now we're going to first talk about everyone's favorite. What is it? If there's a specific term, we do this every week, everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about My Hero Academia and its latest episode 104. This is going to be full-on spoiler talk. If you have not caught up with the show, now is your time to look at the description down below, check the timestamps, and skip ahead to Anime Swap. But if you are fully caught up and would love to hear what we think, well, guess what? Here we are going to jump right into it. Now, to give you a brief recap of the show, or rather episode 104, in this latest episode, we got the classic beach episode trope in all of anime. We have Ochako, Froppy, the girl from the Big Three with Mirio, and we also have the number 10 pro hero, Dragon Lady. I have no idea what her actual name is, and a few other people. Like, for example, we see the seal from Froppy's first work study, and we are just getting a different view of the work study students and what they're doing with the training and everything that was kind of alluded to by Hawks. And we just kind of get a brief step back from the Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki storyline. It was definitely an interesting episode. We kind of see them, like I said, of course, they had this issue where the seal. I'm completely forgetting his name, but the seal's pro hero, the one that Froppy went to during her first work study.
Selkie. His
What
name
is
is
it?
Selkie.
Oh, Selkie.
Selkie.
So yeah, so Selkie was tracking down some chemicals that were from the original overhaul arc, where they have the drug that enhanced their supers and things like that, or rather, not their supers, their quirks. And Selkie was like, "Hey, I need help from investigating it, and we need help from above, from the sky." So of course he contacts the number 10 pro hero, who of course turns into a flying dragon, and coincidentally is hosting a work study for Ochako and Froppy. So of course they accept and go ahead and team up with Selkie and his crew. And then fun ensues where Selkie decides, before we get into the action, before we, get into the meat and potatoes of this, let's have a beach episode. Let's have the girls all be in nice, pretty little bikinis and dance and have fun and play volleyball and have a barbecue and whatnot. And we kind of get a little bit of fan service, which... not really surprising, but very out of place considering the tone of the story overall.
Super out of place. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing here.
That is not the response I thought I was going to get from you, but we'll get to that in a bit. Very out of place fan service where they said, hey, let's take a pause on the main story and let's go check out other people. Now, normally that is okay because, we get some more story development, something like that. But turns out we don't. Turns out it's literally just a fun episode for the girls where they ended up fighting some bad guys. And of course, they end up winning. And then they go back and hang out and have this nice little beach episode once again. And barbecue and play volleyball in their nice little bikinis running on the beach. While Selkie and the dragon lady are all watching from above and saying, hey, we should be training them and doing stuff. And Selkie's like, no, let's have them have fun because they need to hold on to this precious feeling of safety because what's to come is going to be worse. And of course, they don't really know exactly how worse it's going to get, but they have this feeling that it's going to be worse. And although it is a correct feeling, I feel like they should be training instead of playing volleyball and having a barbecue. But that is a very brief, very quick overview of this episode. Granted, I will say this is probably one of the most, I don't want to say useless episodes, but one of the most lackluster in information and story building. This is literally just a fun episode, in quotation marks, because it really wasn't that fun for me. However, which we'll get to, the ending credit scenes of the episode got me so hyped for many reasons, which I'll explain later. But Rafa, Renee, we kind of got a little bit of glimpse of what I thought about it. But what did you guys think of episode 104 of My Hero?
I didn't see this ending clip thing. Okay.
Yeah, if you didn't, I highly suggest, if possible, to check it out because that shit fucking blew my mind.
Is this right here, Hector?
Yep, that exactly.
So that, correct me if I'm wrong, that connects to the movie, right?
Yep. This was excited. Not at all, and I promise you, in the manga. So wow. At the end, and what's even crazier is the fact that they connected what happened with the drugs in this episode to this.
Yes.
Fucking blew my mind. I was like, oh my god. It meant that the drugs had a deeper context. And they said we didn't know where it was gonna go, and I did not expect it to go to the villain from the movie.
What was the name of is it an island that they were going to?
I believe so. I think they were going to a specific island where, like,
Orthian or something like that.
Yeah, someplace like that. But like, yeah, I did not think that it was gonna be going to the villain from the next movie.
That's great. That's exciting.
Which, like, I freaked out. I was like I was super checked out after the episode. But I like skipped forward to see the end credits, and then when I see this dude talking and I see this zoom in right here, I fucking lost my shit. I was like, oh my, and I was like, oh, hey, cool. Then that like the placebo effect, or I'm like, oh, the episode wasn't that bad. It was only because of the ending.
Yeah. This episode sucked. This is my least favorite episode.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah, it was a waste of an episode. I mean, it's cool to see, them showing off what the other characters are doing or whatever, but like there was no story development. It was just them goofing around. You didn't really see anything new from the characters. It didn't really do anything like crazy or anything like, oh, this is a new move. I mean, um Ochako, she did like push herself using her powers or whatever, to levitate the whole plane, which she didn't know she could do, which is cool and all, but like overall it just felt like a waste of time. Um the whole like don't get me wrong, I like episodes where they kind of just goof around, and like the beach episode or like the Christmas episode when they're just kind of goofing around or whatever. But like the way that this episode was set up was like, hey, we have to go and stop these guys from delivering this drug or whatever. Like they were on a mission. There was a certain objective they had to do, and then for the show to stop everything, and say, oh well, we can't get to them because it's still daytime. Go ahead and just go hang out at the beach. It's like, should I come back later? Should I come back when it's nighttime? Like, why am I here so early? Watching you guys just goof around. It didn't vibe. It clashed really hard with what their mission was and what they did. I didn't enjoy it. If you're gonna do a beach episode, if you're gonna do a goofy, silly, let's just hang out and have a good time episode, then do that. If you're gonna do a little bit more serious episode where they're tracking down bad guys, trying to stop them from delivering drugs, then do that. Don't try to mesh it together because it doesn't work. The pacing is completely off. Because I expect one thing and I get something else. I didn't like it at all. And this is seriously the worst episode of this season.
Mhm.
I didn't like this episode at all. It's just like it feels like a filler. It feels like a Naruto filler episode.
Wow.
Like it was just them hanging out, and then they stopped the bad guys, and then they went to back hanging out again. I'm like, I could have not seen this. I would have rather watched what Endeavor and Deku and them are up to right now than watch you guys.
I was
Bum.
I was totally not like expecting that response from you, Rafa, because I know you love Ochako so much. So
I
like I
do.
thought the fact that like she was in the spotlight, like I thought this was gonna be your
Like I
one of your top
love
favorites.
no, no, no. They wasted her time here. They wasted her time, they wasted Froppy time, and the other girl with the spiral. Like they're all cool. I like all three of them. They're all really cool. And then Ochako, of course, is my favorite. And they just wasted their time. They could have done something better. They wasted this episode. It's a waste of an episode. They could have done something so much better here. I mean, let's just say they did the same structure with them hanging out, then they stop the bad guys, and they hang out again. They could have at least shown show them develop a little bit more, or them have something cool or something special that they
Hmm.
haven't showed off yet. A new move or a new specific technique or something. But they didn't. It was just them goofing around, and then it really happened. Like the main thing that happened was that Ochako learned that she could, use her anti-gravity thing on bigger objects, and that's it. Which she still doesn't have full control over because she started throwing up,
Hmm.
which happens when she overextends herself. So it's like, okay, I wasn't really with it. Worst episode of the season for sure.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It definitely didn't like really move the story forward. It was just too much of the beach time and the whole girl power thing, which at times I'm for, but like this one was just like, okay, like I've had enough. So yeah, definitely not one of my favorites. And although we got that preview at the end of like the villain, do you think there are we gonna get a few more episodes of like all the different work studies? Like, is that what they're gonna do before we actually get into like the bigger stuff?
I hope they don't.
Yeah, I too hope they don't. Like, I love these characters, don't get me wrong, but I don't need to see them doing these like one-off mission, these smaller, well, yeah, these smaller missions. I want to get to the big stuff. I'm ready.
Well, I'm looking at the preview for the next episode. It looks like it goes back to Endeavor and Deku and them,
Oh,
so
that's right, that's right.
it should be good.
That I'm all for, but I don't know if I need to see other groups completing these other missions.
No, yeah, we don't
I'm
need
not
we
for it.
don't need to see that. Have them do that shit off screen, and then when they come back, then they'll be like, "Hey, look at this cool new power I developed off screen." That's fine. Do that.
I
Don't
agree.
waste episodes
Yeah.
on this shit.
Damn, it's like that. Don't waste episodes on this shit. No, I will say I
Yes.
absolutely did not like this episode either. 1,000%. I was super like, okay, I was over it. Even my sister was just like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, can we please move on to something else? And I mean, yeah, I don't really know like what else to say about the episode. I too did not enjoy it whatsoever. And I mean, shit. Let's be honest. Like, I'm super happy that they're just gonna go back to Deku and the rest of the guys because I
Same.
could not do another episode of this.
No, no.
And I get the
No.
feeling that there won't. Like, I think that's the last episode that we should
Okay.
see, at least if I remember from the manga correctly.
Thank goodness.
So that's not too bad, right? So that's a good thing looking forward. But yeah, I mean, the whole show's supposed to center around Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo, anyways. At least this half of the season. So like, why are we jumping to Ochako and the rest? Like, granted, it's fine to like catch up on. Oh, let's see what the others are doing. But why don't they just do one of those things where they've done in the past, where they just do like a mini montage of just showing them, working, doing something. Maybe one of them like cuffing a bad guy or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give us a mini montage. You don't got to do all that. You don't got to give us a whole beach episode like that. But like I said, I'm not surprised. It's a common trope, a common thing in anime, where the creators will try to throw in some kind of fan service, beach bikini, the prettiest girls and things like that, into there.
Weird,
So
the timing, like, why do it like towards the end? Not the end, but I don't know. The timing just felt really abrupt. So, like, is there a reason why we got this like beach theme? Like, is something gonna happen to Ochako or Frappe? Like, it just makes me wonder. Like, was this planned? Like, is there a reason why
I
we're
just
getting
feel like
this
it's a
kind of
throwaway.
episode?
I
Oh,
just
okay.
feel like it feels like a throwaway episode. Like,
Okay.
from all the anime that I watched this week, this was the worst anime. If I would have to rank it, this would be the worst one. From all the episodes that I saw this week, from all the different shows, like this was seriously a waste of time.
yeah,
Like,
I can fully
I
agree.
agree.
Yeah. But just to answer kind of Renee's question, it's not really spoiler because it doesn't really matter. But this episode had no context with what's to come.
Okay.
It is like
Okay.
Rafa said, is a completely quote unquote throwaway episode. This is just
Nice.
yeah, it has
it's
no
a filler.
It's
a filler episode.
Yeah.
It's essentially a
Okay.
filler episode with some canonical stuff and some build up for the movie, which is the only part I like. The build up for the movie, which for most is like, ugh, like why are you doing this in an episode? But granted, what we had in this episode, I liked the build up to the movie instead. So that's pretty cool. But besides that, everybody knows our views on it now. What you guys think about the episode, let us know in the comments down below or anywhere else, really, on Discord or Twitter. But that being said, Rafa, it is time, finally, to get into everyone's most sought after segment of anime, of anything pod related, really. It's time for Anime Swap.
Okay. Oh, I'm kind of nervous. Give me a second. You guys ready?
Get the jitters out. You got this.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully this is not too loud. There's always a town. There's always a man behind the desk. There's always a woman at the door. I don't have all my sound effects ready. Knock, knock, knock. I'm gonna have to do this freehand. Sorry. Come on in. Locking noises. I've been looking for a man just like yourself. Well, here I am. What do you need? Well, my first problem is I need a light for this cigarette. Well, looks like I have the solution for you right here. Cigarette light noises. Thank you. My second problem, my husband and his brother, they've been missing for quite some time. Well, that sounds pretty bad, miss. Yes, indeed. And I heard You're the best detective all around these parts to help me out. Well, I haven't been a detective in over 10 years. But for the right price, I'll help out anybody. I like to hear that. Well, see, my husband and my brother used to run this very successful company called Anime Swap. But recently they got their hands dirty with some bad people. Bad people. Yeah. The mafia. Oh. Well, that's the problem there, Missy. I deal with a lot of scum in these parts, but I don't deal with no mafia. But you gotta help me. You gotta. We're gonna lose everything. Anime Swap, the family, my kids. I need your help. Well, I'm gonna charge you extra. And I'm gonna need something a little bit more on top of that. Oh, I know what I can give you. What's that? I can give you the best, top-notch, A-Sauce quality anime recommendations. Well, now you're speaking my language. Anime Swap, you said? Yeah, Anime Swap. Looks like I'm on the case. Thank you. And she walks out the room, closes the door behind her. Well, looks like I got myself entangled in another crooked story. Let's see how I come out on the other side. Anime Swap. Let's see what this is all about. To be continued.
What the fuck did I just learn?
Wow. You really painted the picture for us, Rafa. I felt like I was there. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
thank you. Thank
I
you.
really could see it. Holy shit. I'm actually so gassed at how good that was, Rafa.
I was into it. I was not expecting that at the end about, you throwing in the anime swap plug. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, Rafa, this is well, I mean, it's a what, a PG-14 without a lot of swearing, right? Like, this is a PG-14 type of show. I know what I can give you. Anime recommendations. I was like, what the fuck? I was not expecting that.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's developing, we got the I don't even know, 'cause the thing is, I'm gonna give you a little bit behind the scenes how I do this. Because I did the mafia thing last week, right?
Mm.
With the mafia music, the old Italian music, whatever, and I was like, damn, where do I go from here? Like what do I even do, right? And I was like, what if I start treating it more like if it's like a show than just like commercials or whatever? Because that's like my original idea was with anime news and then with anime swap, it's almost like we're watching TV shows and we're just flipping through channels, right? Like there's watching the news at the beginning, and then we're flipping the channels, and anime swap is just a commercial. That's like the original idea that I had for it. But then it started going. Then the whole mafia thing happened, and I was like, what happens if we're watching like a noir episode, like a detective episode type thing? Like, wouldn't that be funny? And it just kind of like spawned from there. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed it because
yeah.
I'm sticking to my. I'm not writing any of this thing down. Like I'm fully just going in. Like I have my idea of what I want to say, but I don't write none of this shit down. I just kind of freehand it as it goes.
It's like improv.
Yeah. I'm doing improv.
I would not. Yeah, I was not expecting any of what the hell you just did. No cap. But yeah. Well,
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
that was really, really good. You cease. What is it? You don't cease to amaze. There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
With that being said, guys, welcome to Anime Swap. This week we are reacting to Rafa's recommendations, And I had Death Note, and Renee, you had.
Konosuba.
Konosuba.
Oh
Konosuba.
yes. So,
Konosuba.
I think we're just gonna cut right to the chase. I know you guys are all anticipating my reaction to Death Note. So,
Oh, I went. No. I want you to go. I want you to go last.
okay. Well,
Renee.
since you recommended, I'll allow that. Renee, go for
Renee,
it.
you
Let
go-
us know what
Renee,
you thought
you go
about
first.
Konosuba.
Okay, so in our pod last week, I mentioned how like I haven't seen a lot of like um comedy like anime or whatever you call it. So Rafa recommended Konosuba, which is this isekai slash comedy show. So I've seen, I think, well, Hector recommended ReZero for me a few weeks back. Yeah, so I saw ReZero, and then this was technically my second isekai, and it was okay. um, I, you have the main character who, which was actually kind of funny how it happened. He's trying to get this like new game, and he actually got it, and the next thing you know, like he sees this girl that he had recognized from school, and she's crossing the street, and he sees like this oncoming truck, which he thought was a truck, but you find out later that it wasn't, and he tries to save her life by like pushing her out of the way, and then ends up taking his own life because, well, he was under the impression that he got hit, and he gets like summoned into this room, and he then meets the goddess Aqua, who kind of like tells him like, hey, like you just passed away, like this is how it went down. And he's like, oh, like he was asking about like the girl, like his classmate, if she was okay. And Aqua was like, yeah, she was great. Like actually she wasn't going to like die, because that wasn't, because he was like, oh wait, the truck didn't hit her, and she was like, no, like it was actually like a tractor, and he was going very slow. And then the main character was like, well, then how did I pass? And then she's like, oh, like you died from shock or whatever. He had like a heart attack in the hospital, whatever. But I just thought, I mean, that was really funny. Like I watched the first 3 episodes, and it had its moments where I was just like, okay, this is hilarious. um so yeah, like she then gives him like the option. So she tells him like, hey, like yeah, you have the option to either go to heaven, or you can be reincarnated and into another like world and defeat the, what is it, the demon
The
king,
Demon King. Yep.
yes. So she gave him the options, and she was kind of like downplaying heaven, which was actually really fun. She's like, dude, it's like super boring, like you don't want to do that, you want to be here. And he ends up picking that option, and I'm doing more like spark notes here. She then tells him like he gets to like like make is it like one wish, like he can either like wish for like an ability or for like a powerful weapon.
Yeah.
And he ends up, it's because she was mocking him this whole time because of the like how he like passed away, and she's like kind of making fun of him. He was like, you know what, I want to go here, but you're coming with. And she was just like, what? um so she ends up traveling to this like world with him, and she's like not having it. And essentially, Rafa was talking about this a little bit in the last pod, but it's like they got summoned into this like art, it's like an RPG game, like a game world, right?
Yeah, like they have
So
powers and you can level up and stuff like that.
yes, so they entered this world, and like they obviously have to like do like these like missions and stuff to kind of like level up. Because Aqua is a goddess, she obviously had like a better rank, she had more skill sets, and she was just more powerful. And this what's his name, Rafa? What's the main character's name?
Kazuya.
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 Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
um it was funny because like when they're doing like um they go to the guild, and they're trying to like they're getting their like their rank cards or whatever you call it. They're like, the girl tells them like, oh yeah, like you're not even qualified to be like an adventurer, like you might like start off as like a merchant, because like you're essentially average like across the board. And then yeah, and then Aqua like had all these, she's a goddess, so she had all these like crazy skills and whatever. So yeah, so essentially their goal is to hopefully get to the point where they get to defeat the Demon King, and like on their way, like um they recruit, well, they didn't recruit, but these other people kind of joined their group. You have like an arch, is she a arch wizard or arch mage? I don't know.
Megumin,
Megumi. You have the blonde girl who's like a crusader.
Darkness.
Um, mm-hmm. She was really weird and freaky.
Yeah.
These girls that were part of this group with him, like he's an average Joe, and then you have these other girls who like at first impression, like they look awesome, and like obviously like they know magic and they're badass, but like you can tell like they're just a little insane. So he's
Yes.
just surrounded by these crazy women, and they all have their own like quirks, and it was really interesting at some. It got weird in some cases. Um, but that was essentially it. And like, one thing that I really liked, one of my favorite parts was when Aqua kept getting eaten by like the toads.
Yeah.
Like I was dying. Like, it happened one time and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But then it happened again. I'm like, oh, this shit's hilarious. And then it happened again. I'm like, okay, this like come on, girl, like you gotta get your shit together. Um, so that was actually funny. And you know, this it was enjoyable. I did laugh at times, and then at other times, yeah, things were like, well, they got a little weird. Like there's times where like I'm watching the show and then all that's on the screen is like someone's butt cheeks. Like it's one of the girls, but like she's just in frame, and like you can't not look because she's taking like 90% of your screen. So I'm just like, okay, now I'm distracted because I'm looking at this girl's butt, but I'm trying to figure out like what the heck is going on. And there was just moments where the camera did stuff like that, and I was not for. I'm like, okay, this is really awkward. Or when Darkness, every time I keep forgetting his name, but every time he said something to her, like the way she responded and the way she like, she was just weird. I don't like these
She's a
women were
masochist.
they were so weird. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like I don't need this. And like even when the main character is learning like one of the skills from the that thief, the stealing skill, like he kept
Yeah.
stealing their panties. Like I was just like, this is like, I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this? I'm like, why does Rafa like this?
It's
I'm like, this is like so
funny.
uncomfortable. Like as I said, like it definitely had its moments. I was laughing from time to time. I don't think I'm gonna continue watching it because it's just not for me. But I wouldn't say it's a bad. Like I didn't feel like these episodes were like dragging out. Like there was stuff happening. The story was, it was good. It's not my thing. And when they do the weird uncomfortable stuff like that, I'm just like, no, I don't, this isn't for me. That's all I can say. It's not for me. But yes, it had its moments. I'll give it that. So
It gets funny as it goes, but
I bet, and I bet
um
it gets more inappropriate too.
it does. I'm not
100%.
gonna I'm not gonna front, it does.
100%.
But now I kind of have an idea of what, because I want to find you an comedy anime that you don't like. And I kind of have an
Okay.
idea now. You saying that, I'm pretty sure I know a really good one for you.
Ooh, okay, cool.
So, all right. Well, I I kind of expected that because yeah,
Yeah.
it does get kind of etchy at times with Konosuba. So, but I mean, I love the show. I think the show's hilarious, and I can't wait for. I think they're planning for another season. If they are, hopefully.
Yeah, I believe it got pushed back to
Either way,
2022.
I can't wait for the next season. But
There's two. Is there two seasons already? Yeah, right.
it's 2 seasons, and I think there's a
Yeah,
movie.
2 seasons and a
Oh,
movie.
okay,
Yeah,
And then
okay.
the next season's going to pick up after the movie.
the movie. Yeah.
So that I'm very excited for. But,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, okay, cool.
Yep. Now the main event.
The main event. Oof, Death Note. Man, oh man. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying I had my characters mixed up all along. I thought L was Light and Light was L.
No.
Yeah. I thought that L was the character that is Light. So the nice guy, you know, with the student.
Interesting.
I was not aware. Well, I guess once he's like Light, I was like, the fuck you just call him? And then I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, cool, I guess. Like this is what I'm watching. After I got over that initial shock, I then realized, all right, cool. I started focusing up even harder on the show. It is definitely, it's still a pretty good watch in my opinion. I think, you know, the art style, even though it is a little outdated, it's still pretty good for what it is. You know, that was the biggest thing that normally would kind of irk me. But I will say I am not as I'm not as against it anymore, if you know what I'm saying. Like I actually really enjoyed it quite a bit. Do I see myself going back and watching this? Probably not. But
wow.
I won't be hating on it as much as I was.
So were you hating on it because you had L and Light mixed up?
No. That was just
okay.
something that I was just like, oh shit, what the fuck? I thought I thought it was completely different than that. No, I hated on it because I just didn't like the premise of it. I actually, while I was watching episode 1 and 2, I was like, oh yeah, I remember watching this. And yeah, I mean, I can fully say that I was definitely, I think I got the same vibes as I did last time, where I was like, okay, I can see how some people might like this, but this just really isn't for me. And I was just kind of checking it out a little bit more, where I was just like, you know, like, you know how Rafa, you were saying, what anime was it? It was Girl for Girl, like, wow, this premise is really stupid, you know? Where you're like, this would never happen in real life, blah, blah, blah. Like, even though it's in a fictional world, that's how I was feeling at the time. I was like, man, a Death Note? Like, all right, this is cool, I guess, and whatever. Like, I was like, the entire attitude I had while watching it was like, this is cool, I guess.
Death Note is more believable than Girlfriend.
Right,
Come on now.
but you still have the same vibe that I had with the show. Regardless, it doesn't take away from the fact that like I was just like, eh. I just kept getting a vibe while watching it. Like I fully understand why people like this show, why they love it so much. But for me, I just kept getting while watching it, and I was watching it with Gio. I put it on, like, I was watching it while I was in Discord, and then he like hopped in the Discord call that I was in. And so I put it on to watch for both of us, and he had never watched it either. And he literally just kept giving me, he's like, "You have to watch 3 episodes of this." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, cool, good." I was like, "Yep, yeah." I wasn't really feeling it either. But I mean, episode 1, I like that Light is like that he was smart. You know, the whole I'm gonna like light the book on, or the whole drawer lights on fire if somebody opens it, like forcefully opens it, and things like that. Like, the part that I laughed and cringed at was the like animation and like the what is it, the montage of him writing all the names. I was just like, man, dude, this is where all the memes come from.
What are you talking about, dude? That's so epic.
That shit was super cringe.
It's like, each time I take a bite of this potato chip, I write one of their names down. It's so good.
Yeah, that's super. I really cringed hard as fuck, and I laughed. Cause yeah, I was like, yeah, wow, look, that's the meme right there. Yeah, I had a good time when I was laughing. Ryuk is, out of all the characters that I met, Ryuk is my favorite.
He's awesome. Right?
He's pretty cool looking too.
He is, yeah. He kind of looks like a fish. You know how his eyes go 2 separate directions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would kind of tweak me out a little bit sometimes. And like they zoomed into his face a little too much, like the first few episodes, and I was just like, I don't know if I really want to. Yeah, I was like, come on, guys, I get it. He's freaky looking,
Nightmares.
but please, yeah. No, he wasn't even scary. He just looked stupid to me, but like in a cool way, you know, like. You're dumb, but I like you. But I like you. And then episode 2, I like that he was kind of freaking out, but I can already tell. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is spoilers for anybody. Light gets his comeuppance. With like just everything because he kind of well, obviously within literally episode 2 he already starts to develop a god complex. So like, does he?
No comment on that.
All right, well, I'll just Google it
Because
later.
I mean, I could tell you, but it's huge. It's like major spoilers.
I don't care. Like, I'm saying, like, I probably 1000% will not be going back to this anime.
Okay, so I'll tell you then. Super major spoilers for Death Note right now. Yeah, he dies at the end.
Like, so Ryuk tells him, right? He says, at the end, whoever touched the Death Note, I'm gonna write their name and I'm gonna come get them, right? And then you're gonna go to somewhere that's not heaven, that's not hell, it's worse.
Yeah, that does not happen.
So he dies without Ryuk writing his name in the journal, or like,
I don't remember if someone wrote his name in the journal or not. But he does die. He does die.
I kind of figured.
So a lot. I mean, a lot has happened since where you are now to then. But his dad. See, man, I wish you would just watch the fucking show, Hector, because it's a really good show, and the storyline's like fucking superb. But his dad is the police chief, and the dad starts going after Light without knowing that he's Light, right? Like, without knowing that he's Kira. So his dad is chasing after Kira, which is Light. Eventually, his dad and like the whole police force, or like the ones that are working on that case, find out that Light is Kira. So his dad knows that he's Kira, and they're hunting him down. At this point, L's already gone. Like, he's been dead. I mean, a lot has happened. But anyways, the way that he dies, he's like at this warehouse, like this abandoned warehouse, and he's still trying to find a way out, because that's like the main cool appeal about Death Note, is that like I like how you like the part where like the whole thing with the desk, and like how it lights on fire and someone like pulls it out or whatever. Light comes out with these like crazy, super elaborate plans on how he pretty much wins. And it's like instead of them fighting like boxing and swords and energy blasts, it's them fighting with like trying to out trick each other, and like with their minds and stuff like that. Like some of the plans that Light has are fucking insane. And when it pulls off, when it works out for him, you just sit there like, holy shit, man! Like, this guy's not to be taken lightly. Like, this is one. Funny. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. But like, this is one thing where you can give up the Death Note to somebody else, and then you lose the memory. Like did that. He gave up the Death Note, and it was just part of his fucking elaborate plan. He gave up his Death Note, and he got his memories erased. So like, he didn't remember anything from the Death Note. And this is when they were chasing him down for the most part. And L he pretty much knows that Light is Kira, but he needs proof to back it up, because you can't just be like, hey, he's Kira without proof. And like a bunch of shit happens, and then somehow, some way, Light ends up with the Death Note in his hands again. And if he retouches the Death Note again, all his memories came back. So like, he's in a helicopter with L, and then like he somehow ends up touching the Death Note again, and then he just starts laughing. He's like, I've won. Like, I figured this shit out. Like, he figured out L's identity and everything. Like he had, dude, oh man, he has some crazy fucking plans, dude. Like, you should definitely watch it, even though I just spoiled like pretty much the whole show for you. But like,
I will say I have seen that scene with the book. where like he's in the helicopter. I've seen that scene on like clips on YouTube, which is what
It's not the
I was
same.
asking. I was like, I mean, I knew certain aspects of it because we've talked about this before, where I know a lot of the story plot points in Death Note. I just never watched it, because I had a few people in my circle, but when I was younger, who like really liked the show, so they would kind of explain to me the show, and even then, I was like, it doesn't really sound like a show I would really vibe with. And watching it now, where I'm a lot more well versed with like anime and shit, like even then I'm like, no, I'm like, like that's just not, it's not for me. And granted, that happens to a lot of people, kind of like Renee, how Tower of God really wasn't for her, even though me and you love it so much. So it's just like, it kind of just is what it is. But yeah, like I knew a lot of the plot points when it came to Death Note, but I mean, yeah, it sounds really cool. I would probably want to watch it just for that, where he like comes out and he's like, my plan worked. I figured it out.
He has a lot of those. There's a lot of moments where he does stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fucking cool to see. Like he also at a certain point the FBI's after him, and he takes out the whole FBI squad in one go.
What the hell? Wait, that would, with science or with the book?
With the book.
Oh, that's actually really cool. That's actually pretty cool. How the hell does he know all their names?
It's part of the show. You gotta watch
Part
it.
of the surprise. All right, that's cool. Okay. I see the appeal. Again, I 100% see the appeal to it, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, I feel like the build up to that is a little long for me, for my taste. For some, they might say the exact opposite, but yeah, that's my take on Death Note. Good show, but just not for me.
Dang. I really hoped you would have liked it. With Renee, I was like, I can go 50-50 here. She might like it, she might not like it. Either way, it's cool. With you, Hector, man, I'm kind of sad.
Maybe Hector just needs to like feel ill one day and then have nothing to watch,
True.
and then he'll watch that.